Part 1. The Hour of Wakefulness. There's something about 3 a.m. that feels different. It's not like being awake at 10 p.m. or even midnight. It's quieter, darker, heavier. The world feels still, almost too still. Like time has paused and you're the only one still spinning. You open your eyes, you look at the ceiling, you reach for your phone, hoping it's almost morning. But no, it's 3:08, or 3:12, or 3:31. You sigh, maybe roll over, try to will yourself back to sleep. But your body isn't responding, you're awake. Again. And maybe this happens often, or maybe it's just starting. But either way, it leaves you with the same feeling. Why now? Why this hour? Why can't I just stay asleep? Waking up in the middle of the night is incredibly common. In fact, it's part of how the human body used to sleep. Long ago, before electricity, people often slept in two shifts, what some called first sleep and second sleep. They'd wake up for a little while in the middle of the night, maybe read or pray or talk softly by candlelight, and then return to sleep for a few more hours. It wasn't seen as a problem. It was part of the rhythm. But in our world today, that wakefulness feels like a failure, like something's wrong. And that's where the anxiety begins. Not just in waking up, but in what you tell yourself about it. Because the moment you wake up at 3 a.m., your brain kicks in. Maybe it starts scanning your body. Why am I awake? Is something wrong? Is this stress? Hormones? Too much caffeine? Then it checks the clock. You start calculating. If I fall asleep in 15 minutes, I can still get 3 more hours. Then you try harder. You change pillows. You flip the blanket. You adjust your breathing. But the pressure grows. You start thinking about tomorrow. About what you'll lose if you're tired. About how unfair it is that this keeps happening. And now, you're not just awake. You're alert. You're spiraling. You're fighting your own body in the middle of the night. So let's pause here. Let's ask something radical. What if waking up at 3 a.m. isn't the problem? What if what you do next is what matters most? What if, instead of panicking, you softened? What if, instead of trying to force sleep, you gave yourself permission to just be for a little while? Because here's the truth, trying to sleep is often the very thing that keeps us awake. But being okay with wakefulness, that's what opens the door for sleep to return. Tonight, or any night you wake up like this, you can try something new. Instead of turning on your phone or fighting to sleep, start by just noticing. Notice your breath. Notice the warmth of your blanket. Notice the stillness around you. Let it be okay that you're awake. Say to yourself, it's okay. I've been here before. My body knows how to sleep. It will return when it's ready. And in the meantime, I can rest. Because rest is not the enemy of sleep. It's the invitation to it. Part 2. What to actually do at 3 a.m. So you're awake. It's dark. You've taken a breath. You've told yourself it's okay. Now what? The next step is to stop trying so hard. Seriously. That mental grasping, I need to sleep, is like gripping sand. The tighter you hold, the more it slips away. So instead of pushing, we pivot. We invite, we ask, how can I make this moment feel more restful, even if I'm not asleep? Sometimes that starts with stillness. You stay in bed, eyes closed. But instead of straining for sleep, you shift your attention. Maybe to your breath. Long, gentle inhales. Slower, deeper exhales. Maybe to a body scan, starting from your toes and slowly moving up. Not to judge, not to fix, just to notice. Feel the bed underneath you, the warmth of your legs, the heaviness of your shoulders. You're not trying to sleep, you're settling into presence. And sometimes that's enough. Sleep comes softly, almost without announcement. You don't even realize you fell asleep until the sun is up. But if, after 15 or 20 minutes, you still feel wired, don't stay in bed getting more frustrated. That trains your brain to associate bed with stress. Instead, gently get up. No guilt, no panic, just rise. Keep the lights dim. No overhead lights. Use a warm lamp or even candlelight. Your goal is calm, not wakefulness. You might walk slowly to another room. Maybe sit in a cozy chair. Wrap yourself in a blanket. Do something quiet, something soft. You're not distracting yourself, you're signaling safety. You're telling your body, this is a peaceful hour, not a punishment. Some people like to read a few pages of something light. Not your phone, not the news, just a calm story. Others like to write. Maybe a simple journal entry. I'm awake, I feel a little anxious, but I'm okay. Let the words move the weight out of your head. Or maybe you listen to something gentle. Not action, not stimulation. Just a low voice, a soft soundscape, even something like this podcast. You give your mind something to settle into that doesn't demand anything back. Another tool? Movement. Not exercise, not yoga, just a stretch, a slow reach of the arms, a shoulder roll, a gentle twist of the spine. Tension hides in the body, especially at night, and when we stretch, we release the grip without even realizing it. And of course, return to your breath. Always come back to breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, exhale longer through your mouth. No rush, no pattern to memorize, just breath like waves, like tides, like the rhythm of something ancient and wise. Because your body is ancient and wise, and it remembers how to rest when we stop interrupting it. When you feel sleepiness return, don't celebrate. Don't say finally. Just walk gently back to bed. Lie down like you're returning to something sacred. Not as a demand, but as a welcome. Say to yourself, I'm here, I'm ready. But even if sleep doesn't come right away, I am okay. Because you are. Part 3, reframing the wakeful hour. What if 3 a.m. isn't the enemy? What if it's just a doorway, a quiet opening into something you never give yourself during the day? Stillness, reflection, peace without pressure. Most of us live in a world that never pauses. We're pulled from one task to the next, one screen to the next, one responsibility to the next. Even when the body is still, the mind is sprinting. But at 3 a.m., there's no inbox, no meetings, no notifications, just you and silence. And maybe that silence feels uncomfortable at first. Maybe it brings things up, worries, fears, memories. But maybe that's not a mistake. Maybe it's an invitation. Not to fix everything, not to solve the unsolvable, just to be with yourself, to say, this is me, right now at this hour. Awake, a little tired, a little tender, but here. Because 3 a.m. isn't asking you to perform, it's not asking you to produce, it's just holding space for breath, for awareness, for grace. When you start to see it that way, everything softens. You don't panic when you wake up, you don't spiral, you don't rush to fix your state. You greet the moment like you'd greet a quiet guest. Hello again, I see you, let's sit together. And then, paradoxically, sleep returns. Not as a reward, not as a trick, but as a natural rhythm restored. You didn't force it, you didn't earn it, you simply stopped fighting. You stopped framing wakefulness as failure. And in doing that, you made space for rest, for healing, for surrender. Because sleep isn't about unconsciousness, it's about safety. And sometimes the body just needs to feel safe again before it can let go. That safety doesn't come from the clock. It doesn't come from pills or apps or perfect routines. It comes from your voice, your tone, the way you hold yourself in the dark. So the next time you wake up in the middle of the night, try something radical. Don't try to sleep, try to soothe. Don't panic, just breathe. Don't judge yourself, just be kind. Give yourself what you give a child who's afraid in the dark: reassurance, patience, love, and watch what happens. Maybe nothing at first. Maybe the mind still chatters. The body still resists. That's okay. Keep practicing, keep softening, keep showing up with compassion instead of control. And one night, without realizing it, you'll wake up at 3 a.m. and it won't feel like a problem. It'll feel like a pause, a breath, a moment to return to yourself. And that's peace. Even before the sleep comes. You've been listening to Sleepless, a podcast by The Daily Health Shift. If this episode helped you reframe that strange hour of wakefulness, we hope you'll follow the show, share it with someone who lies awake wondering what's wrong with them, and let them know nothing is wrong. Their body is just asking to be met with kindness, and now, so is yours.